Welcome to America's oldest railroad. This is the Strasburg Railroad in Pennsylvania. I'm Mike, and welcome to DownieLive Travels by Train, Season 2. We're in America, baby.
DownieLive is traveling across America by train, from the most southern train station to the most northern, riding the most iconic, historic, and interesting trains this country offers, and today we're unlocking train number 2. Last episode, Michael took America's most southern train, Brightline, and America's fastest train, the Amtrak Acela, to meet two friends, Harvey and I, in Philadelphia, as we join Mike for this episode. Let's go! And that brings us to here, Strasburg, Pennsylvania, where we're staying at the famous Red Caboose Motel. Now that you're up to speed with the series, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing.
Would you either of you consider yourself train enthusiasts in any way? A little bit.
Somewhat. Not so much a caboose enthusiast.
Right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main central caboose.
What?
Oh my gosh, the mattress doesn't even fit. Cozy room, I guess I'll be here. How's the bathroom? I guess it's got everything we need. Nothing more. Now, before we continue with the train, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, SurfShark VPN, for two reasons. The first is while I'm traveling, I often have to work from a coffee shop like this, or from an unsecured public Wi-Fi in an airport or a train station. And this is such an easy place for a hacker to sit in and watch as you type in your passwords online. However, with SurfShark VPN, all of my communication between my computer to the internet is encrypted. So while they can still intercept the encrypted messages, they can't read them. Which means while I'm doing online banking at a coffee shop, all my passwords are secure. But the other reason I love SurfShark VPN is because I'm able to unlock all of the streaming programs I love to watch and sports I can't watch from the country I'm currently in. If something you want to watch is country locked, well, all you have to do is select one of the over 3,000 servers they have in over 90 countries, pick which country you want to be in, and all of a sudden, you can now watch whatever you want to watch. Great thing is it works on all devices, so if you want to give it a try, use the link in the description down below and use discount code DOWNIE for 83% off, and they'll give you 3 months free. So thanks, Surfshark VPN. Now back to the train. So I admit I booked this motel for us, this Caboose motel for us, not because it's the nicest accommodation in the area, but it seemed like the most fun and the most fitting, and it's already got these guys smiling and
We're gonna make it the most fun.
perplexed. I don't think I've ever seen you so confused, but I'm enjoying it. So the restaurant, which is a part of where we're staying, is also a giant rail car. Ladies and gentlemen, you met him at the end of last week's video. Bobby is joining us here today. He is also the wonderful voice we've been hearing throughout. And this is our good friend Harvey as well.
In fact, Harvey and I were actually roommates while we were working together at the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, and Michael worked with us as well.
But we haven't seen each other in 4 years. We haven't seen each other since that experience. We talk here and there, social media, text messaging, but we haven't seen each other. I really like the guys, but we never spend any time together. So I'm gonna be the first one, pull us together. We'll see if the train thing works out and how the three of us get along again. It's been 4 years. This is probably a good time to tell you why we're here, eating lunch in an old rail car at a Caboose motel in the middle of rural Pennsylvania. And frankly, it's because it's the closest accommodation to the train we're here to see, the Strasburg Railroad. I love to pick menu items based on the name. So do I want to choose the Caboose or the Southern Rail or the Rio Grande? Okay, I will have the Rio Grande, please. Look at the traffic out here today. Just think we can get a ride on one of those? That looks pretty good and cozy. Actually, let me do. Yeah, that's good. That's good. How are the boys doing over here? Enough headroom there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, don't sit up. Well, I hope you guys sleep well and you wake up on the right side of the tracks.
Miserable.
What are we doing?
Taking the train, the oldest.
They're a little in the dark. I've kept it somewhat of a surprise.
We trust Mike.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Fair
Do we
question.
trust Mike?
Fair question.
Mike, I think Harv and I both feel the same. We're wondering what we're doing, but we're following you, partner. We're the oldest here by about a decade. That's okay, though.
I expected this to feel more like a museum or a history piece, not a kid's birthday party. The options for us were the president's car, first class, dining, even coach. But me being me, I booked us the open air car. Woo! Look, it's a nice enough day.
It's chilly right now.
That's it, it's coming in.
No way.
It's backing in. America's oldest railroad.
Doesn't look it.
Not a day over 100. So as I sit here educating an uninterested Harvey about steam trains, I'm actually realizing how important this train is to the town here. You see, Strasburg has a population of less than 3,000 people, but because of this train, it is a rail enthusiast's haven with the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania across the street, toy train museums, model train shops, and well, even the Caboose Motel, all preserving and connecting tourists like us to railroad history. The boys got their phones out. We're converting them slowly. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be right up front. We're gonna be the first car. Harvey, you have to read out the name of our car.
Hello, Dolly.
Thank you. I would love the emotion in that. I don't know how I convinced them to come here, but it's starting to click. And so this is it. This is what we've come all the way to Pennsylvania to ride. 7 miles of track on one of America's most significant railroads, and we'll get to see what the guys think of, well, train life. So it's a coal steam train. Wow, smells good. Honestly, it does smell good. I guess there's just one thing left to do. Let's get on board. Beyond its historical significance, it's almost a magical experience being here. I mean, tell me this doesn't feel like the Hogwarts Express. Wow, these are beautiful. They don't look old at all. This might be the best patio I've ever been on. I've never had a train deck that is on the front of a steam train before. I also don't know why it's pushing instead of pulling, but maybe that switches halfway. That's it, all aboard the Strasburg Railroad, here we go. Something about steam trains, it's like magic. Now also, lucky for us, we're riding along today with railroad royalty. And that's the biggest train celebrity there is. Thomas is here.
Wake up from a dream, and this is what you're
This is like
at.
the nightmare,
Yeah.
like you see the light coming,
Right.
and you're like, ah! Look at the dog. The reason this train is so significant is because the Strasburg Railroad here is the longest continuously operating railroad in the country. Founded in 1832, almost 200 years ago, and still operates 5 steam locomotives and has the largest fleet of historic wooden passenger coaches in the country. And honestly, this is probably the perfect experience to introduce these two to trains. What's not to like? It's loud, it's big, it's hot.
It's American.
It's American made. Okay, I fully admit, this steam train is incredible, the car is beautiful, and the scenery is unexpected. This is what I really like about riding trains, is that they take you all over the place. Especially these guys, last night they were saying, where are we? And in fact, we're actually in Amish country, which is what we'll go to after the train. But look at this. There is no better feeling than standing face to face with a howling steam train. Now the one thing to remember is that these vintage steam engines take thousands of volunteer man hours to service and maintain, just so the 3 of us, and you, can come ride along and feel the power and history of the steam locomotive. It's a steaming, howling, rolling museum in a beautiful corner of the States. You can hear it echo across the valley. Is this not a good time?
Initially skeptical.
It's amazing.
Sleeping in a caboose is all worth it, which is better than I expected.
The initial skepticism has turned into like pure adrenaline just from the experience itself.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys were skeptical.
Oh, I was beyond skeptical.
It added to the build-up. This is great.
To see the amount of kids that are here with their grandparents too, like, even in front of us, it's just special to see that bond.
It's a great way to get people out and together. It gives them something to come and do. All right, I think Bobby is on board with trains now. Harvey's a little harder to read sometimes, but I think he's just taking it all in. He'll come around, I'm sure of it. This is so green, it's out of like a fairy tale. I can't believe this place is real. With a steam train like this, oh my gosh, you gotta go see a steam train. These things are great. I love how everyone comes out to see it. So we have come to a stop in the yard, and what they're going to do is they are going to disconnect the locomotive, run it out along these tracks, connected to the back, and they're gonna pull us back to the station forwards. I didn't even know that experience was possible. That was so unique. That was amazing. And now we just get the whole thing empty, quiet to us on the way back. So while we're stopped, I'm gonna walk the train. I'm gonna show you the different classes. So we have the outdoor car, coach class. Here's first class. Comes with a coal burning stove, which is great because we know they have a lot of coal on the steam train. And of course, there's the president's car. Which would you choose? They don't seem like they're having as much fun as us. Let's head back to the open air car. For coach class, I would say this is very good.
I would travel the world like this.
Wow. Do I have a show you should watch? I could do this all day.
Me too.
Yeah. Now the train ride is only about 40 minutes, but I guarantee it will put a smile on your face. After the 2 years we've all just gone through, I think we can all use a smile. And honestly, I think Bobby and Harvey have liked it. And we're back. Back at the Red Caboose Motel and right coming into the station. 45-minute train trip made coming to rural Pennsylvania totally worth it. Now look at that, we're coming to the station, we're just waiting for Thomas to go by. I met him once, he's a great guy. Harvey, can you give us your rating on the train out of 10?
A 22.
Harvey, you don't give those out easily.
I'm not great at math, but
Was it worth coming all the way out here for
yes,
this?
yeah. I mean, I'd go anywhere with you, but yeah, this was icing on the cake.
I've enjoyed getting to spend this time with them again. And it might just be an old train, but I bet it's an experience they won't soon forget. And so I guess the question is, we've come all the way to Pennsylvania, so now what? What do you think of our new wheels? This is John and his horse, Commander, part of the 30,000 Amish people that live here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And he's gonna give us a little buggy ride and tour of his community. This really is a much nicer way to travel, is it? You just have to have more time.
Well, you see more. 60 years ago, most of our people were on farms, I guess, but not now. We have a lot of people in woodworking and construction now.
Oh, that's great. Do you ever have any issues with traffic?
Nothing real bad.
This is about rush hour.
Guy wants in here. Yeah, people are coming home from work right now.
Turn signals on this?
Yeah,
or?
I do, right there. Yeah.
Oh, you're using them there.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
Incredible. Soaking it in. Love it here.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania here is the oldest and largest Amish community in the United States. And that's something I didn't expect to see on this trip. But I'm learning that's part of the beauty of traveling, to see these unique trains. Now, I had a lot of questions for John, and he was very kind and patient and answered them all. Do you ever have any issues with traffic? Why the horse and buggies and not cars? What do you guys do about garbage? So, cell phones or?
A lot of our kids ain't even on farms. We got kids 10, 12 years old driving sometimes. Right. Their role again.
Good.
I worked for them when I was 16 one fall picking peaches and apples, but they have Amish people working for them.
But if you want to watch the full buggy ride and hear his side of life, well, join and become a member of the channel for just $5 a month, where you'll get to see all of the extra content from this series, including John's story.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for showing us around.
Thank you. Have a good
So,
day.
the question is, well, what do we do with the rest of our afternoon?
I think I could whip you in some putt-putt.
And that's exactly what we did at one of the country's most scenic mini golf courses. We found a fantastic rooftop restaurant to enjoy the sunset. We picked out our train souvenirs from the gift shop and spent our last night at the Red Caboose Motel. And we're now headed on our way to episode 3.
That's right. Mike has convinced us to come along for one more train experience. We're New Hampshire bound to ride America's steepest train.
I'm bringing the guys onto the world's first mountain cog railway, also America's steepest railway. And I don't know how they're gonna take this one. Wow, wow. Don't forget to click the link in the description of the video to try SurfShark VPN.
So tap that subscribe button and come on back next week to join us on DownieLive Travels by Train.
So I know where I'm going next, and I know I want you there with me. See you next week.